the folks at home. It's nice to know to kiss your beau while cuddling under the mistletoe.
Bing Crosby, were you doing your Bing Crosby impression?
Well, not really.
Just making odd noises.
Bing Hargreaves, that was it.
Yeah. Hawksbee and Jacobs here on talkSPORT. Thank you to people who've been getting in touch this afternoon. We've got all the listeners with us. Good afternoon again, listeners. Yeah, in this clip. But I think it was someone... I don't know, we're going to do the other one first, aren't we? Sorry, it's my fault, John. We're going to bring in... This was a caller to the station.
But I'm thinking this 10-minute sin bin thing, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, it is in rugby. And why don't we teach them? Because this... So I'm going to have to go. My curry's arrived.
It's great, isn't it?
Caller of the year.
All about priorities. Yeah. So this is Alan. This was a caller to the station. So trying to get his message across, but Alan probably not having any of it, is he?
No, not really.
Let's go to London and Neil at the moment. No one disagreeing. Neil, good morning. Welcome to talkSPORT.
Good morning, Alan.
Hi.
Greetings to a fellow Celt.
Thank you.
I was sorry the Kilted Warriors weren't in Euro 2000.
Well, they were close, but I'm not sure how well Scotland would have done as well when you look at that last four.
It's very questionable. On the general point, I would say that sport has become far too pressurised and high profile.
Right.
And I would say that sport needs a completely new direction. In fact, I think the whole world needs a new direction to simplify it and get back to the simple, innocent little things of life. And believe it or not, Alan, I think it soon will get it with the second coming of Christ to...
Right, I take your point, Neil. Let's go down to Watson.
Take your point.
Take your point. My God, he does sound young, doesn't he?
He does, but it's about 19 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising.
Let's just squeeze this one. And Mr. Parry, they had a competition on the station, and here we go.
Who came runners-up to Lyon in the French League last season and are now in the Champions League?
Take a stab, I'll say Bordeaux, Mike.
Bordeaux, as in the tapestry, yeah?
No. Yeah. Corley goes, yes, that's right, Mike, as in the tapestry. Classic clips for you now. Jeff Peters, we wish him a Merry Christmas, because he's the only person that knows what the final score of this game was. Take it away, Beaky.
Okay, Mansfield 1, Northampton 0 in that other player. Sorry, Mansfield 0, Northampton 1. Mansfield 0, Northampton 1. Day getting the goal after 40 minutes play. Northampton 0, Mansfield 1. I beg your pardon. Let me get it right. Northampton 0, Mansfield 1 in that other playoff semi-final which is going on today. That's the Division 3 playoff semi-final. So it's Mansfield 0, Northampton. Sorry, it's Northampton 0, Mansfield 1, let me get it absolutely right, in that other playoff semi-final which is going on today.
Yeah, but what was the score?
No idea.
It's incredible. Well, it wasn't really.
Jeff's been in touch. He says season's greetings to all. Dance impressions were hilarious. Love the Christmas Eve show. Always enjoy Andy's reaction to the one time of the year when he gets to mix with the general public. The hoi polloi, as he probably calls it.
Very harsh. These are my people, Jeff.
Yeah. Little plug, if I may, I'm doing commentary. This is Jamie Carragher's favourite clip. Whenever he Carey says,
it's probably the best clip of all time.
It probably is right up there. So Merry Christmas to you, Jamie. And here we go. Settle back. It is... Gary Bushell, the TV writer, then of The Sun, having a chat with Alan Brazil and Mike Parry about the late, great Bob Monkhouse.
I feel a bit of a fraud today.
Why?
Because I wasn't watching any TV last night. I was at the filming of the BAFTA tribute for Bob Monkhouse over at the BBC.
Is that right? But that was a bit of fun.
Oh, there were some really nice contributions from a lot of good people, including some of the best of the younger comics around now. You like Jack Dee, Jimmy Carr, Steve Coogan.
Yeah.
And the clips were absolutely sensational. They got all his greatest one-liners, his acting roles, nostalgia by the bucket. I mean, you forget he was in things like Carry On Sergeant, and as well as...
Well, many people, Gary, forget that he's one of the greatest stand-up comics you've ever seen. I saw him years ago when I was still a reporter in Chester, and at the time we only knew him as the host of The Golden Shot or whatever, you know?
I tell you what, he's got a great, you know, if he has to, he can do a blue version as well, which is meant to be fantastic.
Oh, yes. In fact, you can get those on video still, on DVD probably now. This show goes out the weekend after next on BBC One. You're absolutely right. You're left with no doubt that Monkhouse was a giant.
Yeah, sure. Oh, no, absolutely.
Gary, what about Bob's health now?
He died at Christmas.
I think Mr. Brazil was just looking a little bit back there rather than forward. You're absolutely right. That's
I heard two different versions of it, to be honest.
The terrible thing
Two different versions, I was told.
One he did and one he didn't.
Two different versions is what everybody says, but it's just Mike's moment of panic. And it makes no sense. I think what Mr. Brazil means there is...
What?
I think he's rather looking back than... What does that mean? Doesn't work, does it?
There's a bit of you on Mars in the beginning of the clip where Gary Bush said, I was at this thing for Bobby, but that was a bit of fun.
Sounds like he's being sarcastic, but he wasn't.
No.
Anyway, Gray doing the sports news, and she slightly loses her thread, I think it's fair to say.
Manchester City surrendered a 2-goal lead to draw 2-2 with Tottenham in the Premier League's late game. It means they're now 9 points behind leaders Chelsea, who play tomorrow. Earlier, Wayne Rooney became the best 1-1 record, and Sir Bobby Charlton. That's the latest. I'm Daisy Gray.
The best 1-1 record and Sir Bobby Charlton. That's what Daisy's autobiography would be called. It'd be great, wouldn't it? This is another Alan Brazil one, and you'll like this, boys. A bit of QPR features in this one, but I think it's worth making the point that QPR are featuring in this. So whatever you hear, anyway, take it away, Big Alan.
Once met Gloria Hungerford, got a kiss. Bit too much makeup though for me. Up the arse says Donut Dave. Oh, come on, Dave. Whoa. Lovely Gloria.
The R's.
Who's Gloria Hungerford?
I don't know who Gloria Hungerford is. No idea.
Bit too much makeup.
Come on, you R's. Come on, you R's is what that's what he said.
3 in 1 that clip.
This is one of my favourite Goffey clips.
Like this one,
Goffey's over in South Africa at the moment, of course, ready to bring you the Boxing Day test, but this was him setting up a competition.
We have a winner, don't we, Goffey?
Yes, we have. Congratulations, Darren. You've just won a break to Turkey for you and a mate from Gatwick.
What if you haven't got a mate from Gatwick?
It's a bit of a problem.
You can't go.
He's running around Gatwick trying to find somebody to go with.
Let's have a couple of Moose clips, shall we? Just in this little section. This is the Moose. Wherever he goes, we've toured with the Moose in Russia, in Brazil, and elsewhere in France, around various.
He's a great ambassador.
He is a great ambassador for our nation and indeed our company. And here he is in Paris.
I was here 18 months ago for the Euros, so I've pretty much done most of the sights of Paris, but it's always great going down to the Eiffel Tower and hanging around by the Seine. Oh, shut up, I'm crossing the road.
You cross the road in Paris, it's mayhem, isn't it? I think he was on the Champs-Elysees at the time. He's going to take his life into his own hands. This is, now the great thing about the Moose,
of all time.
He's one of the best interviewers. This is his Frost Nixon moment. Check this out.
The Manchester United players are just literally walking past me right now. In fact, I'm walking up to Carlos Tevez, see if we can grab a quick word. I bet he's busy. Edwin van der Sar's walking past me. Carlos, good luck this afternoon. Thank you. Carlos Tevez saying thank you to me wishing him luck.
I think we all remember where we were when Moose spoke to Carlos Tevez. And Cass is up at 4 with Georgie for Drive this afternoon. And with this was now Cass, of course, played in France for a number of clubs, couple of clubs, and spoke French. So who better to send off to translate for Robert Pires when he was playing at Arsenal? So this is a little moment when Cass was translating for Robert Pires.
What is it about the Arsenal that makes you feel at home?
Yes, I like it, the England, I like it, London, and for me, Arsenal, I think is the best club in this country.
Yes, I like Arsenal very much. I love living in London, and I feel that Arsenal is the best club in the country.
It's easy, Dan.
It's very accurate, though, isn't it?
It was. He got it spot. He translated it perfectly. French was excellent in that time he was there. Brilliant. Georgie and Cass up at 4 with Drive this afternoon. So we'll chat more with the listeners. We bring some more classic clips shortly. Dave in Essex says, Paul, can you tell your sooty story? Happy Christmas. I said, no, sadly I can't.
Definitely not.
Sadly I can't.
Actually, who's it asked me for the Bobby Moore story, the all great Bobby Moore anecdote, which again you couldn't do.
I can't tell, no, because it's my only meeting.
We were in the loo.
My only meeting with Sir Bobby, and I was it got a bit sweary, but it was
It was all good.
I treasure it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, David Buckley says, I hope to see you all in the after-show party at Alberto Salad Bar. Very nice pun, I think you'd like that. So we thought we'd have a bit of a loose women vibe going on, because we have Anne, Georgie and Shirley with us today.
That's only two people.
We thought what was that, sorry?
Anne, Georgie and Shirley, you said. Sounds like 3 people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not in the end.
4. I'm sorry. We got 4.
No, it is 3 people.
We got 4 women.
Yeah.
So in the spirit of loose women, just want to slag men off for 10 minutes. Take it away. Are you, so in your house, Anne, are you the Are you the talkSPORT listener? Or?
I am, actually.
Really? You're the.
And it's hilarious at work. I think we said a bit. I work in HR, and I think of, back in the day when smokers, if you smoked outside, you sort of gang together.
Yeah.
I've told guys mostly that I'm a talkSPORT listener, and I've made friends.
Oh, really? It's a social introduction.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
But you were saying that you met your husband. He's like myself. He's a Jewish man from Chiswick.
He is a Jewish man from Chiswick.
Yeah, that's a real coincidence.
They're all the rage, apparently.
It's quite unusual, I have to tell you. Well, it's not Stanford Hill, let's be honest.
Is it? Face going down his finest ever commentary cul-de-sac.
Agbonlahor is counter-attacking at the other end. He's found Vyman, whose shot is about as weak as a glass of orange squash, which is 52 parts water and half a part squash.
It's one of those.
It was a bit Alan Partridge. This was an off-mic moment.
Oh, yeah. Now you've seen how the magic...
Our old mate Ronnie Irani. Good afternoon, Ronnie. Have a great Christmas, you and the family. And Big Alan. Just listen out for Alan right at the end here.
Alvin here with us, with Ronnie and I, right through to 10 o'clock, taking your calls, 08717 223344, your texts and emails. Travel next. Jaffa kicking on?
It's good though. People know that Alan's very good with the Jaffa cakes. He'll always hand them out, won't he? He won't keep them for himself. Mike Parry, the poor old Andy Townsend, a tremendous footballer.
Yeah.
Like John, went to World Cups, represented his country, but then found himself sitting opposite a complete lunatic in Mike Parry and having to a genius broadcaster, Mike Parry, but he does have some fairly mad ideas. Here we are.
The one I find odd is when you go into these little shops, and they're just corner shops, they've got a machine there saying, get money out of here.
And they never work anyway.
Well, even if they do, I'm a bit suspicious that there's a little, there's not a man in there. And as soon as you push your, your card in, he takes a note of your number and then pushes it out again. And you get a few quid. I mean, they're very odd machines, those.
Well, they are.
Don't join in, Andy.
Great employment for little small men around the world.
Wouldn't he need to keep your card as well if he was going to take advantage of you? He might have thought that through. This was a caller to the sports bar, and Andy and Jason, they love to wind up the callers sometimes, and they certainly got under this bloke's skin.
Okay, come on, I'm not having that one.
I don't think you're a proper football fan, Stu.
For 50 years.
Really?
You are talking rubbish.
Really?
You are talking rubbish, man. Rubbish. Just let me finish. I will not be accused of not being a proper football fan.
You don't sound like one.
I was watching football before you were born. Now, shut up.
Brilliant. The job done, says Jason. That's very good. And just this is Jeffrey Boycott, a regular on the station back in the day, and he's irritable bowel syndrome here.
Right, David Lloyd I have on the phone. David?
Whatever happened there? Anyway, we'll squeeze in a few more clips. And Stockley Park, I do apologise, I'm getting it wrong. Stockley Park, he re-emerges to try and help Andy out in the Don't Ask Me of the Year. You've got to try and get... And I'll cue you in, Owen. Here we go.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Beautiful.
Yuletide carols being sung by a choir. And folks, the Eskimos.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. It's a kind of cross between It's like Leonard Cohen, isn't it? Tom Waits and Leonard Cohen. And don't squeeze them in. This is a very long one, John. This is like, we might have to skip that. It's a very funny clip. It goes on this yahoo.com, but it goes on for about 5 minutes. Okay, this is Beaky. Proper bit of Alan Partridge from Beaky, this is.
All together. Here's Krasic from the right-hand side, clips it back, Zigic with the header down, great chance, it's there, it's been belted home by Milan Jovanovic, and Serbia, just after Germany had been reduced to 10 men, have taken the lead here. Sensational, he's fallen down the moat.
This is Goffey, this is priceless. So they had a guest from Dancing on Ice on the show.
Anyway, enough of the cork here. I'd rather speak to his partner, Alexandra Shellman. Where are you from?
I'm from Finland.
Finland. Yeah. You speak Finnish?
So there we are. Yeah, did you speak?
I didn't do a lot for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I killed it.
I was texting, you were speaking to the producer.
I'm racing against time now. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Did you speak Finnish? Is what Beaky said to somebody who's Finnish. Now let's go on to Beaky. Let's bring you Beaky facial hair. The infamous clip, which again is a classic bit of Partridge.
Quite a few sort of girls that go to university. Pretty girls, you know, that I've seen go to university end up with pints of ale in their hand, and if there's anything less feminine than that, Paula, I don't know what is really, apart from perhaps facial hair on a girl or something like that. I don't know.
I quite like it myself.
Yeah. Do you have Alan's long question? He's become known for his long questions.
This is the one that started it all.
Long questions over the years. So let's bring it to you now then.
Peter, what about, it's hard to get to the bottom of this because a year ago I loved him the way he was. He led the line. He just led Man United. He was strong. He was, he was just fantastic. The punters loved his attitude, chasing back, getting tackles in, apart from scoring brilliant goals. Now, all of a sudden, is it, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. What's happened? The World Cup was a disaster. Was that because off the field antics, or allegedly, and all this, or has something been bothering him for a while about United? I don't know. People, footballers sometimes always think the grass is green on the other side. Do they speak to Ronaldo? People like that. Or can we look even deeper? We had a call earlier talking about the problem with the Irish who sold to the Glaziers. The Glaziers have this huge debt hanging over their heads, and at the moment United's cash flow looks after that. But what if one of the other businesses is maybe not pulling its horns in, or pulling the money in it did, and they have to pull the horns in, and perhaps something's got to give. Now, is it a deeper problem than what we know about? Have you heard anything there?
Well, that was a question and a half, wasn't it?
The great Peter Spencer there,
I love the Glaziers,
sports editor of the Manchester Evening News. Just two quick ones. Max Rushton has requested this one. It's Alan Brazil with a shock announcement.
Look at this thing. To the Alan Brazil Sports Breakfast, Ray Parlour and Ford. I've taken loads of cocaine.
Doesn't sound particularly ashamed of it, does he?
Max wants me to say Boxing Day, not 12 days of Christmas.
Just bring you one. This is Greg's daughter's favourite clip. We've squeezed it in.
Oh, yes.
It's Lisa O'Sullivan with a sensational pronunciation.
Okay, the World Cup playoffs. I think we have lost out because we're going to miss out on either Cristiano Ronaldo or Ibrahim Zlatovic.
Very good on Ibrahim Zlatovic. What a player. Everton may get him next. Well, that's it, folks. We are done. Thank you very much for coming today. We really appreciate you making the effort to come out today. So yeah, what a good bunch. It's tremendous.
We've had a great time.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So thank you all. Have a great Christmas. We have a fantastic Christmas. Safe journey home. And yeah, Andy, likewise, you have a fantastic one.